What has been the thing that has driven you to take the idea of relationships to another level?
Great question.
I got some.
Great.
I got them in the bag.
Everybody tells me that you are like the best interviewer.
And then when you come in person, you're like, oh,
Yeah, I get
it was not hype.
I
It was
get
kind
it.
of
It's
like a
not
thing.
hype. It's not hype. The thing that I think pulled me into the relationship space based on, our history is that, looking over our 3 decades of being together, I realized how I've participated in breaking this woman unintentionally.
Whoa.
And so initially, when I started talking relationships, I was talking from the perspective of a father to daughters. So I would teach women, okay, this is what you got to watch this, you got to stop doing this, you got to stop doing that. And then I realized that there were a lot of men, even though my messages were directed to women, there were a lot of men that were watching my videos and gleaning and saying, "Hey, man, it's resonating with
Yeah.
me," because a lot of times we as men, we don't know how we've been conditioned to break you as women. And so I think that's the thing that really drives it. I want to teach the lessons that I've learned about authentic masculinity versus what we're taught. I want to teach the lessons that we've learned about how masculine or how masculine and feminine communicate. I want to teach the lessons that we've learned about submitting one to the other. That's a big issue in the church. Woman submit to the man.
Yeah.
The reality is you don't have a healthy relationship until you have men and women submitting
Submitted to each
one to
other.
another. So I want everybody to experience, what I'm experiencing.
But what was the experience of the breaking? You said you participated in the breaking of her. In what way? Give me one reason. I mean,
Not
one aspect.
not She was trying to communicate her needs and based on what I had learned about men, we don't get emotional. What I was taught about manhood, we don't get emotional. Here's another big one. When a woman's always trying to talk to you, she's trying to control you and manipulate you. I didn't realize then that when your woman is constantly trying to talk to you, that there's something that's hurting in her that you have to fix. When a woman is done with you, she stops talking to you. And so, I participated in a lot of that toxic masculinity type behavior, making certain that I'm the man of my house and, you know, not receiving her. The Bible says, I'm a preacher, and the Bible says that he'll give us wives to help us, but then being so egotistical, not being able to receive the help because I got to prove I'm the man. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
there's a lot of stuff that we've been conditioned towards that is preventing things that are preventing us from having healthy relationships as men. And so those are some of the things, because she fought to try to just get me to see her perspective. And now as I look back on it, the lady wasn't doing nothing but trying to help me.
Yeah.
And now I'm a product of her, her being in my life and her
Her
helping me.
care.
Yeah.
You said her care.
Yeah, her
Yeah, her
care.
love
For
and
real.
care.
For real.
What was it that was the shift? Was there, you guys were in counseling? Did you all go to some sort of, did you all have like a relation advisor? Like, what were you all doing?
You have great questions. You have great questions. The shift happened when we were in that breakup. The reason I said to her, I don't think I want to get married from the very beginning is because I was in this spiritual evolution. You know what I mean? I was the son of a very famous pastor.
Pastor, yeah.
I had grown up in the church. I was a young preacher myself at the time. living that exact life I just got through describing. Never faithful, just multiple women and all of that. And so there was this point in my personal life as a man that God showed me this amazing future where I would really touch lives authentically. And I got excited about this vision, but then God said to me, but I can't bring you there with you living like you're living here. And so from that point, I started really reaching for God. I wanted to align my life. I wanted to be what I preached about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wanted to live this life in a way that I am in the dark what I look like under the lights on the stage.
Yeah.
And that was my quest. And so when I said to her, I don't think I want to get married, I literally thought that I would just be like a celibate preacher for the rest of my life, just dedicated to ministry.
Really?
Really, really, really.
Did you believe that?
I really believe that.
Oh, wow.
It was my mother that later said to me, boy, you ain't designed to be you ain't designed to be out here without no woman, boy. Go get Lisa. That's your wife, you know?
But so your mom told you to go get her?
My mom told me, Lisa's your wife. And then I went back and I asked God, I said, well, is Lisa my wife? And God said, yeah, she's your wife. But to answer your question, it was my personal spiritual evolution as a man. It was like God had to get me to a place of authenticity, purity, and clarity before I would deserve what this lady brought into my life.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what started us on our journey. That's when I came back and said, I want you to be my wife, because I knew I was ready to be a husband now.
Yeah, you were ready to be a husband.
I was ready to be a husband.
So you sparked something, because most people, we look at these pastors where they are in whether large or small ministries, and there is so much that is put on the pastor to be.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
You the shepherd, you the healer, you lay hands, you the prayer warrior,
the lawyer,
you the doctor, you all the things, right? And so this spiritual evolution that you went on, when you look at other pastors who are younger, you know, or in the space with you, are many of them going through that evolution, and that parishioners really need to start giving a little more grace to the evolution of the pastor?
I have a lot of grace for young pastors. Now, I don't have a lot of tolerance for old. You ought to be at a certain age. You need to have gotten your stuff together. You know what I'm saying? But young pastors, I understand because young pastors are human. Yeah. These are human beings. Yeah. And so, I think that parishioners should, but at the same time, provide some sense of accountability. Yeah. You know what I mean? Don't just let me run wild. Provide some sense of accountability. My father was my sense of accountability. But a young pastor that's messing up today, tomorrow can be an amazing example. Yeah. I was just preaching in our church Sunday in Houston, Texas, and I was talking about this part of my life where I was that guy. And one of our members, she was like saying, oh no, Bishop, don't tell me. I don't want to hear it, because she can't even imagine me being that guy. Yeah. Because a young pastor that lived that kind of life can evolve, can grow, and become an example to the nation or even to the world. Yeah. Yeah.
I think that just, because there is so much, it's such a heavy burden.
It is.
It's so much responsibility that you carry as a pastor. And I think oftentimes, even when we look at things when they happen in social media with certain well-known pastors or all the things that are going on, we just don't extend them the grace that I feel like should be extended.
But we want them to have grace for us when we
all
mess
the
up,
time. Yeah.
See, the same grace that the pastor has to have for the congregation. See, I got to cover you when you cheat on your wife, when you cheat on your husband. I got to cover you when you in jail. I got to get you out of jail, and I got to try to keep it quiet and bond you out. But then the moment I have a human moment, you want to get with the mob, and you want to say crucify. Yeah. Because you want me to be perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm just a pastor.
Hey, Vault family, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this clip, make sure to check out our full interview on our channel at Vault Empowers Talks. We don't just scratch the surface. We dive deep into the lives of some of the world's most influential leaders and change makers. Don't forget to like, to comment, and be sure to subscribe for more inspiring conversations. See you next time.